And hello everyone, welcome to this week's video tutorial on the second board in chapter 4 of the Sandwich House Treatise by Grandmaster Ronghua. As usual, I've deliberately switched the colors of the board so that the reader or the viewer can experience the Sandwich House defense from the eyes of black, the eyes as black. So without further ado, the edge horse, and as in the previous tutorial, red used the 5-6 cannons to attack. Black developed his left chariot as a ranked chariot, and red continued with the foul chariot. So in this board, this move would be the key move. Red will be aggressive very early with R8 plus 6 to add pressure to black's right flank, and black must be very careful at this point in time. And at this point in time there were 3 variations which were discussed. The first one would be R9 equals to 4, which would seem to be a natural move to make. The second move would be R9 equals to 2, and the third move would be C6 plus 1 to chase the black chariot away. To begin with, C6 plus 1 as shown in the current situation would not be a very good choice for black. That is because red's Pell corner cannon would now be prepared to do its work. So after trading cannons, red will be much better, because as can be seen, the black horse would have trouble developing to the middle, and might have to be developed from the edge, and this will not be a very ideal situation. And the black chariot cannot move to R9 equals to 4 across the palace, and this would also be detrimental for black, because black will now not be able to concentrate his forces to attack red's left flank over here. So at this point in time, after R8 plus 6, black should not play C6 plus 1, and this was one of the short variations mentioned in the book. In the first variation, R9 equals to 4 was discussed and examined, and although it would seem to be natural for black to make this move, unfortunately it will be a blunder. So why would it be so? And if red saw that black had moved the chariot across the palace, red will pounce on the chance to make this move. After advancing the cannon in such a manner, red will have much versatility. As can be seen, 2 of red's pieces will now be placing much pressure on all of black's 6 major pieces. So at this point in time, after making this move, red could continue to play C6 equals to 7 to block the horse, or C3 C6 equals to 3 to attack black's rather empty left flank. And another possibility would be C6 equals to 9 to capture the edge pawn and prepare to storm the center by capturing the central pawn again. And the potential of red's pawn rank chariot would also be realized, and it will become a very efficient move. So given the reasons mentioned by the Grandmaster, we can see that R9 equals to 4 would not be an ideal case, because red could counter with C6 plus 4. So at this point in time, 2 sub-variations were discussed. The first one would be P7 plus 1, whereby black would try to trade pawns, and the other one would be P1 plus 1 to prevent the red cannon from attacking and capturing the edge pawn. So if the edge pawn were advanced, red would attack the black's pawn on the 7th file in this manner, and red would have a very superior position. because the red horse will not be protected, and the cannon will also be eyeing the elephant at the bottom rank, and black's left flank was rather empty. If black moved advisor, the chariot would be ready to attack, and at all this, and in this situation, black's right flank will still have trouble being developed, as it will be still rather congested. So at this point in time, p1 plus 1 will not be ideal. So the main line, in the main line, p7 plus 1 was given. So after pushing the pawn, red would gladly accept the exchange, and red would continue to attack with c2 plus 6, so placing much pressure and adding much stress to black's pawn rank. At this point in time, r2 plus 6 would be better than c5 equals to 6, which would be an attempt to threaten the black chariot, because black could make this move, and although red would still have the slight advantage, black would be given a chance to retaliate in the in the match. So this would not be a very good idea at this point in time. So after playing r2 plus 6, black's pawn rank will be under tremendous stress. So say if black continued with h7 plus 6 for the river horse, the red cannon would attack the edge pawn and prepared to capture the central pawn for the an empty head for a headhunter cannon. So, and red will keep on mounting more pressure on the central pawn. So red will have the pawn advantage with 1, 2, 3, 4, and after capturing the black pawn, black will only have 2 pawns left. So this will also become a major factor when going to the endgame later on. So a short review. After red had played r8 plus 6 to add pressure to black's right flank, r9 equals to 4 would not be ideal. Neither would c6 plus 1 to attack the red chariot be a good idea. So in the book, the Grandmaster advocated r9 equals to 2 to link his chariots up in this manner. So at this point in time, if red tried to continue with c6 plus 4, black could offer to trade chariots and protect the edge pawn in this manner. So if red chose to trade chariots, let's say with c8 plus 2, e7 plus 9 to prevent being captured, and also to prevent the pawn from crossing the river, and black can be satisfied with this outcome. So it will still be a rather even game at this point in time. So what would happen if red did not choose to trade chariots? Red would be forced to play r8 equals to 7, and black would still be able to handle red's aggressions very nicely. So if red chose to trade chariots, black would simply accept the trade, and even after c6 plus 3, black could simply retaliate, would simply play e7 plus 9 to defend. It would not be a good idea for black to play r2 plus 4 at this point, because the red pawn would cross the river, and red would still protect both his cannon and pawn in this manner, and this pawn will become very threatening, and red will be prepared to play p4 plus 1 on the next move to gain momentum, initiative, or even material. So although this is a short board, we can see that there's still some trickery involved, and the beginner and this will be considered basic knowledge for the experienced player. So a short review. Okay, red's 5-6 cannons with edge horse, the rank chariot by black, R8 equals to R9 equals to 8, and red will attack aggressively with R8 plus 6. So at this point in time, as mentioned earlier, black should not play R9 equals to 4 or play C6 plus 1. In this situation, the correct or sound move advocated would be R9 equals to 2. So even if red tried to continue with C6 plus 4, black would offer a trade of chariots, and in the ensuing game, black can have a very satisfactory position that and red would not have gained much ground in this manner. So I hope you have enjoyed the short video tutorial this week, and I hope to be able to do more soon. And thank you for your viewing, and if you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.